The Toronto Raptors have finally done it. They have won 3 games in a row for the first time in nearly a year. And more importantly, the Raptors have officially clinched a pizza party. Yes, it has happened, guys. It's taken long enough. But the Raptors, after a hard fought victory, an impressive win on the road against the Indiana Pacers, the Raptors get their pizza party, and all of a sudden, this team has some momentum to build on, and they could be perhaps turning the corner here. So we are going to talk about this game. Do me a solid, everybody. Drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. I talk about every single Raptors game over here on the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. So Darko was asked about the pizza party promise after the Raptors winning 3 games in a row, and Darko says it was supposed to be a fine dinner, but his guys are too humble. Kayla Gray asked Darko what his favorite kind of pizza is. He said a nice margarita pizza. I could go for a nice margarita in honor of the Raptors getting their 3rd win in a row. I'm going to have a margarita pizza tomorrow. I hope you guys join me on that. The Raptors, they come away with the W. This was another highly entertaining game between the Raptors and the Pacers. 3 games decided by a total of 11 points between these two teams. They love to play fast, up and down the court. A lot of points scored in these matchups. 58 lead changes and 35 ties in the 3 matchups. They will meet for the final time in Toronto on April 9th. But you look at the Raptors in this one, they were not going to be denied. This was a team that played together. That was really what stood out to me. Togetherness, and they stood in there. They stood in there like a boxing match, taking the blows, holding tough, holding strong whenever the Pacers were making their runs. But the Raptors, once again, bending but not breaking. And you look at how this team played, it stemmed from their unselfishness. The Toronto Raptors, they finished this game with 35 assists. They had 18 in the first half. Everybody touching the ball, players running the floor well, guys cutting well. I mean, we're starting to see Darko's philosophy unravel here of, having players really just make the extra pass and really look to find their teammates. And it's created some really easy opportunities for the Raptors players. As, we've seen now for the 2nd straight game, multiple Raptors, finishing in double figures, having efficient outings, efficient games. As you look at the Raptors in this one, all 5 starters finishing in double figures. And I really got to start with talking about Scotty Barnes. He's really come out here this All-Star break, and it seems like he's motivated to continue to prove that he is an all-star, and he is the superstar that will lead the Raptors in this next phase of their franchise. Scotty Barnes, 21 points, 12 assists, 12 rebounds. He's the first ever Raptor to record 4 triple-doubles in a single season. With the way Barnes is going, he's going to surpass Kyle Lowry's all-time record for the most triple-doubles by a Raptor, which is 16. As Scotty Barnes, he already has 5 in his 3rd season. He goes like this. I give it another season or 2 before he surpasses the great Kyle Lowry. I mean, Scotty Barnes, he really did a great job of setting his teammates up. And, he looked to score when he needed to, got to the free throw line. But what really stood out to me about Scotty was his performance on the defensive end. 5 block shots. You're talking about a guy that is not only being the focal point of this team's offense, but he is this team's best defensive player. He's taken that role since OG got traded of being that standout, lockdown best defender on this team. Scotty Barnes, when this game got close, really dialed in. He had a big block shot on Obi Toppin when it looked like Indiana was going to shoot their way back into this game in the final stretch there. And then just for safe measures, had a block on Siakam to close it out. Pretty ironic that, he gets the block on Siakam, out with the old, in with the new. So Scotty has really continued his pace. And then you look at the rest of the Raptors starters. I got to give a big shout out to Jakob Poeltl. He did leave this game with a left ankle sprain. I hope he's okay. But Jakob Poeltl's been a different guy since coming back from his injury, guys. He was everywhere around the rim in this game. 7 to 10 from the field. He had 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a blocked shot. Always seemed to be in the right place at the right time underneath. So Jakob Poeltl has really stepped up his game, and we have seen the Raptors be more imposing inside with a guy like Poeltl and with his presence in the paint. RJ Barrett, 24 points, another a very, very efficient game, 11 of 16. And then Emmanuel Quickly, he had some nice moments in this game as well. 6 rebounds. He had 19 points. Another efficient shooting outing from him. This is now his 3rd straight game where Quickly is shooting the ball a lot better. And then you look at the bench, and this is an area that's really standing out to me. You talk about the bench unit that we have seen, and you look at Olynyk, Agbaji, and Dick in particular. Kelly Olynyk is the ultimate veteran. He continues to be such a gifted passer, a guy who you can play late in games. And then Agbaji and Dick, I'm so happy to see these guys grow and blossom. The former Kansas Jayhawks, I called them the young hidden gems on this Raptors team. Grady Dick is evolving. It's incredible to see what Dick is doing. Just his ability to cut well, be in the right place at the right time. He could not do any wrong in this game. Hitting shots 7 and 9 from the field again showed his ability to be more than just a spot-up shooter, driving to the rim, getting a nice little finish at the basket. 4 of 4 from deep. That work that he put in the first part of the season is really paying off now, and we're seeing a young kid grow right before our eyes, and he looks hella confident being out there. And then you look at his Kansas Jayhawk running mate, Agbaji, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 7 from the field, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and his on-ball defense has been solid. All of a sudden, the Raptors are starting to figure out what lineups are working with each other. The bench is starting to build some continuity, and we're starting to see a real identity with this team, with the way, they lean on the bench, and then with the way they're closing out games. And I thought the Raptors defense also did a nice job in this one, because Indiana, they turned it up late, but the Raptors held that high octane, Indiana offense in check for the most part. Indiana shot at 46% from the field, 31% from 3. And really, if it wasn't for Ben Mathurin having a huge game and blowing up like he did in the 3rd quarter, he had 34 points, this would have been a blowout. The Raptors deserve to win this game. They outplayed the Indiana Pacers, and their compete level was just at an all-time high. This was a team that was not going to be denied, and they were just making the right play every single time. Again, getting out in transition, fast break points, 26 to 11, imposing their will on the Pacers. And then speaking to the ability, of this team just generating easy looks, that's what's been their bread and butter. 78 points in the paint. The Raptors, high quality shots, efficient looks, shooting to 55% from the field. And that's what happens when you don't fall into hero ball and guys trying to make a play and you're spreading the wealth. Guys are moving around. Plays are being run to perfection. We saw that on full display, and it opens everything up. The 3 ball was falling for the Raptors at 42%. Grady Dick, obviously, with 4 3-pointers made, leading the Raptors in that department. So we are seeing the Raptors starting to develop a positive identity here. A lot of things are beginning to work for this team, and they're starting to find themselves, and they're really starting to build on the positives. And this is a team that they've been in a lot of close games this season, but they've been unable to hold on to leads and close games out. But now we are seeing the Raptors not only getting off to better starts, not finding themselves in holes, but they are holding on to leads and ending up winning these games. So that has just come with the maturity that we've seen from this team as a unit. And really, you are seeing a young team blossom before your very eyes. So this team, I think it's safe to say they're only going to get better. And I said it before, I'll say it again. This Raptors rebuild is going to be worth it when it's all said and done. You look at the young group of players that this team possesses, the players under 25, they are showing us just how valuable they are going to be over time here. And again, it all stems from the man who right now is setting the tone, Scotty, 21, 12, and 12. Cannot overstate his importance to this team. 7 of the 9 Raptors players who played finished in double figures. The Toronto Raptors guys, they get it done. And all of a sudden, can this team go streaking? They got a Dallas Mavericks team on Wednesday, but they're going to be on the second of a back-to-back. So maybe the Raptors can make this 4 wins in a row. Raptors, they're all of a sudden fun to watch now. And what we've seen coming out of the All-Star break, completely different team and a team that is very well growing right before our eyes. So guys, let me know your thoughts on the win. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe.